Welcome to the Cricketers, another episode talking about the great game of cricket. Today we have a very special guest. We have Blackcaps and Canterbury all-rounder Daryl Mitchell. Thanks for joining this episode of the Cricketers, Daryl.
No worries, Adam. Nice to be here.
Mate, just firstly, look, you played so many years with Northern Districts and made your name for yourself with Northern. How has it been playing for Canterbury this year? And what have your experiences been? And was it a bit odd playing for against Northern Districts the other night?
Yeah, obviously, it's always good fun playing against your best mates. I'm obviously very grateful for Northern Districts. They sort of started my career, and I had 10 plus good years with them, and thoroughly enjoyed it. And I've got obviously some very close friends from those experiences. But it was good fun playing them the other night, especially in Hamilton in front of the family and the old home ground it was quite weird at the time. But looking back now, it's something in memory I'll definitely cherish. So personally, really enjoying the move to Canterbury at the moment. It's a good bunch of boys and the team's doing well and having some success. So personally, loving it.
Did the boys give you any love on the field?
No, they know that that'll probably get me going if anything. So no, they're all pretty quiet on the field, and managed to catch up with a few of them obviously the morning of the game and have a coffee, and it was nice to catch up as friends. But then once you cross that rope, it's all on.
So how has it been being an established player joining this Canterbury side?
I think for me it was a really refreshing change. Playing and training in one place for 10 years, it's quite cool to come to a new environment with different training habits, different facilities, and to be able for me to be based in one city and be able to train day in, day out, it's been a massive, I think, boost to my own personal performances. It's always different when you come into a new group. You've got to find new mates, and very lucky that the Canterbury boys have been really welcoming, and I've got some good friends here now, and hopefully many a season playing with them in the future.
And how have you found playing at Hagley Oval compared to playing at Seddon Park?
Yeah, I think the wickets are obviously a bit different, and the size of the boundaries are definitely a lot different compared to Seddon. I've always enjoyed playing at Hagley. It's a nice wicket, so got good pace and bounce. So for me, the change was not too different. Seddon Park will always have a soft spot in my heart. I remember as a kid going to watch cricket on the bank. Watching the Blackcaps and ND play, but I've got a chance to write my own history now with Hagley, and hopefully my daughters, one day might end up there or whatever, watching on the bank. So I'm loving being at Hagley Oval, and it's pretty cool ground now with the lights, especially.
And in terms of your own role, has that changed since you've moved to Canterbury? Have you been given a different role with the side?
I think not massively. As the all-rounder, sort of batting in that top to middle order and bowling death overs. That's what I was doing with ND. There's probably more onus on myself now to have to play a more senior role within this Canterbury side, with it being quite a young group. But I don't think a lot's changed. It's just something that, being part of that leadership group down here at Canterbury with Cole and Matt Henry and the likes of those guys, it's been a really cool change for me, and I've learned a hell of a lot in the last few months. So I don't think the role's changed massively. It's just probably get the ball a little bit earlier. When Northern Districts, when you go with the superstars, it can be difficult at times. But nothing's really changed too much.
And your major international debut a year or so ago against England at Seddon Park was a fantastic debut there. And then just recently you got your first Test 100. How have you found the differences between domestic cricket and international cricket so far?
Yeah, obviously international cricket's it's the pinnacle, especially Test cricket. It's the hardest format of them all. But I think we're very lucky at the moment that domestic cricket is very strong in New Zealand, and it's probably shown with the amount of new guys that have come in and have sort of performed straight away. I think that's a credit to the 5 domestic teams around the country, and sort of shown that the standard within New Zealand is very high. But obviously Test cricket has its own unique challenges, and I guess that's why you play. You want to play against the best in the world and challenge yourself against those guys. So it's obviously a bit of a step up, but I think we are very lucky at the moment with the strength that we have within New Zealand.
Well, just talking about domestic cricket, a lot of people say that at the moment we've got probably the best standard of domestic players we've ever had in the history of New Zealand cricket. And New Zealand A has been talked about as being a major component of that. I know you've played some games, for New Zealand A before making your debut for New Zealand. How important do you feel the New Zealand A system is towards creating good players for New Zealand?
Yeah, I think the A program is crucial in terms of allowing guys to have tastes of that international level to some extent. When India A came over here a couple of years ago, and there's obviously been Pakistan A, those guys are sending world-class teams over as their A team. So, that to get those experiences probably at a game where there's not so much pressure from the international side in terms of the media and all that with the A cricket, it's quite cool to be able to challenge yourself against that level. And then touring is another important part, to be able to go to England, to be able to go to India, Sri Lanka with A teams. I think it probably gives you a chance to practice different ways to prepare for games, different ways to combat different conditions, so that once you do get a chance at that international level, you've actually experienced it slightly before you're actually just walking out. So I think that's crucial. I also think the professionalism within the domestic teams these days is very good, and I think you can see that just in the way athletes and the way that guys are preparing now for domestic cricket. So I think that's a flow-on effect from how the Blackcaps have gone about things for the last few years, and I think that's the two main things that have helped New Zealand cricket massively.
And obviously New Zealand cricket's on an absolute high at the moment. Great performances against the West Indies and Pakistan. How did you find getting into that environment? Is it just at the moment just this winning culture in the side at the moment, where anybody that joins the side just feels part of what's actually been established?
I would say we're very lucky that the senior players that we have within the Blackcaps are not only very good cricketers, but they're good humans as well. You just have to look at the likes of Kane, Tim Southey, Tom Latham, Ross Taylor, all of the above. They'll go down as legends of New Zealand cricket, but the way they carry themselves, the way they're probably not so focused on outcomes, they're more worried about trying to be better players every single day, and that allows them to get in situations that we seem to be winning more often than not. We're not obsessed with trying to win or be the best, but we want to become better players every single day, and hopefully that allows us to win some trophies and some tournaments and test matches and games along the way. So obviously we're going in a good run at the moment, but the nature of cricket is that you have your highs and lows, but we just want to keep trying to get better every day.
Obviously, talking about the Blackcaps is the World Test Championship that is on later this year. Have you been following what's been going on with some of the other series around the world, or do you kind of try to stay away from that and just focus on playing for Canterbury?
Yeah, it's too complicated for me to try and work out all the different things that we need to happen. Big thing I sort of learned now I've been probably a more experienced player is that you sort of control what you can control and then don't worry about the rest. So at the moment I'm just trying to win games for Canterbury as much as I can and help us get to that Super Smash final and try and get a trophy in the cabinet. And hopefully a few things will go away with the Test Championship and all of the above, and hopefully we get to Lords. But that's a long way away at the moment. Just got to worry about playing Otago Volts on Saturday.
And just talking about goals, what are your personal goals now? Obviously, you've got yourself into the Blackcaps Test side. Is that something that you want to build on, become an established member of the side?
Yeah, I think every single player who plays cricket in New Zealand wants to play all three formats for New Zealand and be able to do that. For me, I think that will take care of itself as long as I'm, as I said, getting better and doing the job for the team, whoever I'm playing for. Canterbury, I've really enjoyed my time here this summer, and I really want to try and get us some trophies through in the next few months. So, for me, it's just about each game trying to help my team win, and hopefully, get more chances with the New Zealand team. But I think that'll look after itself if I keep doing my job.
Absolutely. And away from cricket, how do you relax? I mean, are you someone that watches a lot of cricket? Do you try to get away from it? What do you do in your downtime?
I'm a dad with two girls now, so life's definitely changed.
Yep.
There's not as much cricket being watched. There's a lot more wiggles and all sorts on TV.
You got your tickets yet?
I think I've actually got a 4-day on at that time, so I won't be able to go. But the wife will definitely be going. But we spend so much time around cricket that you got to find ways to get away from the game. And I'm very lucky that I love spending time with my two daughters. So spend most of the afternoon out on the trampoline after training today, which is quite often happens. But you got to have a balance. You got to have things that so you're not consumed with the game 24/7, because as we all know, it's a very fickle game and there's things we can't control. So I'm just very lucky that I've got a great family and they keep me pretty balanced.
Is that a hard balance to achieve? I guess, think about cricket, it's always in the media, everything. It's on Twitter, Facebook, wherever you go. I guess there's so much cricket being played all around the world. It's on TV. Is it sometimes quite hard to just find that balance and get yourself away from cricket?
Yeah. I definitely think it is. I think, is one thing I've learned over time is that you're not defined by Daryl Mitchell, the cricketer. You're just Daryl Mitchell, the person that I happen to play cricket. For me, whether I have a good or a bad day, I try not let that flow on to how I live my life. For me to be able to come home and see my little girl, she smiles at me whether I've got a duck or 100, it's all the same. So I think it's probably something you gain with experience and with time within the game. When you're younger, you probably get consumed up in it a little bit, but as you get older, you realise there's more important things in life than, again, it's just a game of cricket. So we're obviously very, very lucky to do what we do for a living, but at the same time, it is just a game.
Absolutely. And so far, what have been your career highlights for the Blackcaps?
Yeah, obviously, the other night, the Test 100 was pretty special. It's something that, you dream of as a little kid in the backyard, and to be able to achieve that's pretty cool. Your debut, first time you sing the national anthem, that's something that's always puts the hairs up on the back of your neck. And I think those two moments were pretty special, and hopefully get a few more experiences over the next few years. But every time you get to put a silver fern on your chest is pretty cool.
And looking at the rest of the season, the Canterbury Kings are in fourth place in the Super Smash. So how do you feel the team is tracking? You must be looking ahead for the next few rounds with the semi-finals up for grabs.
I think we're in a good space. We've lost the last two games, but I think those are good learnings for us. They're heading into the back end of the competition. I think we've got a young team who have got a lot of talent, and I'm really excited to see some of these guys really explode in the next few games and try and really dominate these the last round roll-ins and hopefully head into some finals. So I think we're in a good space. I think it's a great competition this year with everyone pretty much fully stacked, and I'm just really excited to see our group put a couple of good performances in, sneak into those finals, and then we'll see what happens. Maybe
jump ahead of ND.
Yeah, it'll be nice. It's always nice, but I think we've got to win one more and we knock them out. So we'll see how we go.
And who are some of the younger guys that have impressed you in the Canterbury setup?
Kenny McClure, he's opening the batting and the T20 stuff, and he usually bats sort of 3 in the 4-day stuff. He's got a lot of talent. He hits the ball seriously clean, and I'm just really impressed with how he's gone about things this summer. So it's really cool to see him have some success, and I'm sure he'll have plenty more.
Because I've seen a few matches you and Cole have put on a few good partnerships.
Yeah, Cole, he loves his running between the wickets, and he's tiring me out with all these twos. So we might need to start hitting some more boundaries. But Cole, he's a great man. He's obviously a very good leader within our group, and the way he controls the group and allows guys to play the natural game. I think he's a very special human, and he's a great captain for our team. So I'm loving playing with him, and it's always nice when you have an off spinner who has a bit of anger with him too. So it's good fun. But we need to work out on this running twos thing, because we're way too much.
Mate, thanks very much for joining this episode of the Cricketeers. Much appreciated, and all the best for the rest of the season. I know there's the Australian series coming up, and then the series against Bangladesh as well. So plenty of cricket to look forward to.
No, cool. Thanks for having me.
Cheers. Thanks very much, mate.